Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pour the wine. No, the big glass. You are not going to believe the absolute train wreck of an evening I just survived. I am shaking. You know how I have this whole hostess with the mostest fantasy? Well, take that fantasy, douse it in gasoline, and light a match because I have officially become the neighborhood pariah. So today started out perfectly. I woke up with this burst of domestic energy and decided I was going to make homemade pasta from scratch. Here is where my brain decided to sabotage my entire life. You know our building WhatsApp group? Well, I was stirring the sauce, feeling this overwhelming sense of community spirit, and I thought, wouldn't it be so cute to extend the invite? So I pick up my phone and type, "Hey neighbors, I'm making a huge batch of homemade pasta. If anyone wants to stop by Unit 2B for a bite, the door is open. Keeping it chill." I smiled, thinking I was being the benevolent queen of the apartment complex. Girl, 5 minutes pass. My phone buzzes, it was her. The woman in 4C, let's call her Brenda. Brenda replies to the entire group chat, a public blast. She writes, "Some of us actually have jobs and need to sleep. It is incredibly inconsiderate to announce a party in the middle of the week. This isn't a frat house. If I hear a single sound from your unit past 9 p.m., I am filing a formal noise complaint with the landlord and calling the police. We are tired of the disrespect." My heart stopped. A party? A frat house? I'm making lemon ricotta cake, Brenda. But then it gets worse. Because once the seal was broken, the other Karen-adjacent neighbors started chiming in. Someone else wrote, "Agreed. Please keep the noise down, the walls are paper thin." Another person just sent a thumbs down emoji. I realized that to them, I wasn't the cute, friendly neighbor. I was the chaotic 31-year-old trying to turn the building into a nightclub on a Tuesday. And then the door unlocks. Mark walks in. He sees me looking like I've seen a ghost. Before I can even explain, his phone buzzes, because he's in the group chat too. I watched his face change as he scrolled up, saw my invite, then scrolled down to Brenda's threat to call the cops. He looked at me with deep, exhausted disappointment. He goes, Did you invite the whole building, without asking me?" Then our roommate Sarah comes out of her room, checks her phone, and says, "Why is Brenda threatening to call the cops on us?" Just as Mark is rubbing his temples and Sarah is staring at me like I'm an insane person, the buzzer rings. Our friends Jessica and Tom are downstairs. I had to buzz them in. I opened the door and I was sweating, like panic sweat. They walk in holding a bottle of Merlot, all happy and loud. Jessica goes, "H-E-Y-Y-Y, oh my God, it smells amazing," and I literally shushed her. I shushed her in my own doorway. I hissed, "SHHH, please keep it down." She looked at me like I was on drugs. So now I have to explain to my actual guests that we are currently under surveillance by the fun police upstairs, and that if we laugh too loud, Brenda is going to swat us. The vibe, instantly dead. We sit down to eat this beautiful meal I spent 3 hours making, but we were all eating in terrified silence. If you drop a fork, it sounds like a gunshot. Tom made a joke, a funny joke, and Jessica let out a laugh. Not even a loud laugh, just a chuckle. And I flinched. I literally jumped in my chair and looked at the ceiling, waiting for Brenda to stomp on the floor. Mark saw me flinch and just sighed. He put his fork down and whispered, "Babe, you have to relax. You're making everyone anxious." "I'm not making people anxious," I shouted back. "Brenda is making people anxious. I'm trying to keep us from getting evicted." And on top of all that, the group chat didn't stop. Throughout dinner, my phone kept lighting up. One guy from Unit 5A tried to defend me. He wrote, "I think it was just a nice gesture." But Brenda replied, naive, "It starts with a gesture and ends with bass thumping at 3 a.m. So now they're debating my character while I'm trying to swallow a ravioli that suddenly tastes like ash and regret. I spent the entire dinner apologizing. "Sorry guys, eat quietly." "Sorry guys, don't clink glasses." My roommates ate as fast as humanly possible and retreated to their rooms. They literally abandoned ship. Jessica and Tom tried to be nice, but they declined the dessert, my lemon ricotta cake, untouched, and left by 8:30 p.m. When they left, the silence was deafening. Mark was angrily doing the dishes. He looked at me and said, "Why did you have to invite the internet into our dinner?" "I wanted to be neighborly," I wailed. "I wanted community." Well, he said, drying his hands, you definitely united the community against us. I have to see Brenda in the hallway eventually. What am I supposed to do? Pass the bottle. I need to delete WhatsApp.